It's true. Best Dasher Alive got deactivated. It's going to be a great video. Let's get into it. Welcome, Dash fam. I am the best Dasher alive, aka Daddy Dasher, aka BDA Drizzy, because today we're doing what we've never done before on this channel. Drama. So we need to work our way up to the deactivation a little bit because there were some important things leading up to the deactivation. And look, we all know that DoorDash is just a stepping stone. It's not our lifelong career. We're not going to retire off of it or anything like that. It's just something that for the meantime works, or maybe even for some of us it doesn't work that well. But I know some of us do it very part-time, some of us do it full-time. Even the full-timers know that it's not the end-all be-all. There's got to be something else you got to be working on, moving towards. And so ultimately with this video, that's what I'm going to start to move towards, because the truth is that back in 2016, 2017, I learned how to set up passive income streams that still to this day pay me money, and I haven't even touched them from back then. And one of those that I set up back then was a YouTube channel, a different YouTube channel than this one. But because I had done that and I was researching stuff on YouTube, I saw this DoorDash niche starting to happen, and not just starting to happen, but it was kind of already there, with several creators succeeding and lots of views being gained. And to be very frank, the first thought I had was I should make a DoorDash video for this other YouTube channel that I already have. But as I was doing a little bit of research, I was like, man, it really looks like I could just create a whole just strictly based around DoorDash YouTube channel. And so I decided to do that. And then there were some other things before that and after that that I set up that I want to start to teach any of you that want to learn how to do that type of thing. They're not capped at $30 an hour. You can scale those up to as many dollars per hour as you want. Truthfully, it is that way. And so I just want to start to share some of those things because little side note here, I did get reactivated, so we'll talk about that a little bit too. But ultimately, as I break down this story, DoorDash is very finicky. It has been. At first it wasn't, and we're going to talk about that, but you got to be making some solid plans to make some shekels doing something else. So first, the deactivation story. Let's go back to when I first signed up on DoorDash. We'll make this quick though. Like I said, I saw that the research on YouTube revealed that there's some DoorDash opportunity on YouTube, so I thought I'd make a channel. And really the only thing I knew at all going into DoorDash is I heard one person on TikTok drop some tips that don't be scared to decline as much as you need to. I was like, that's actually, because the way I saw the app designed, it really makes you feel like, oh, you shouldn't decline too much or you'll get in trouble or not get good offers. But hearing someone say, yo, just blast right through that and don't worry about it, I was like, I'm gonna try that and see how it goes. And boy, did that work. It worked really well. Hitting decline and hitting order too small. I know some of you that are new to DoorDash, you won't even know what that is, but you used to be able to hit decline when an offer was sent to you if you didn't like it, and then choose from a list of reasons why you didn't like that offer. And truthfully, the algorithm would take that into account and then try and dish you back better offers. Now it's the complete opposite. Now if you decline, it wants to punish you and send you worse offers because you declined. And they say, well, you're free to decline, and you are, but you're also going to be punished now if you decline. At the beginning, it wasn't that way. So I was like, wow, this is amazing. You can really cherry pick your orders, pick what you want, take what you want, and that's awesome. And you can do it whenever you want. That's awesome. That's a lot of freedom and flexibility right there. And I also learned to do it on an e-bike, so I cut out all of my costs. There was no car insurance, no gas, no car maintenance, no tires, no oil changes. You got to do, on an e-bike, you got a little bit of maintenance, but like to replace tires on an e-bike, $100, on a car, $600-700. Those are huge differences when it comes to the cost of running your business and how much that's going to impact your profits, how much you can actually keep in your pocket. So those two hacks, decline as much as you want and use an e-bike, boy, I was crushing it. And then I started making some YouTube videos, and the YouTube videos started popping off. Things were looking very nice. And then in my home Dash city, the Popo decided to go around and steal all the models of e-bikes that all of us were cruising around on, and they just completely rid the streets of them.
You couldn't cite a single law, and you're just trying to be a tough guy instead of admitting that you're wrong. You had nothing, and you still took it illegally. You're just being a bully, man. And what, I have to walk home. I was just working, making shekels for the day, and you've sent me back probably a solid 2 weeks for no illegal reason. Was I detained? Or was my vehicle taken? Or was I cited? Officer Bruno, do you uphold the law? You uphold nothing. You're a bully with a gun on a motorcycle. That's a motorcycle.
That was a big impact on the DoorDashing itself and on my DoorDash YouTube channel. And because I couldn't, they took away the bike, and then I couldn't really use that bike anymore, and I was using that bike a lot. DoorDashing it worked extremely well, but then also like I was using it on the channel, and that was fun for the channel, but that got all screwed up because of the awesome GOV that we have. And then I posted a little bit of the video since I recorded the interaction of when the Popo stole my bike. I didn't even post the full interaction, just some little snippets of it. And I get an odd notification a few days later from YouTube. And by the way, that video went like this. It was like taken off, and then it's like, oh no, we're not giving it any more views. And then shortly after that, I get a notification from YouTube saying, hey, we just cut your YouTube earnings in half. Because if you don't know, once you reach, it's like 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of watch time on your YouTube channel, the criteria there might be a little bit different now than the last time I looked at it. But then you can get paid for YouTube running ads on your videos. And so I was making money doing that, and then after I post this video and this whole ordeal happens, I get a notification from YouTube saying, hey, we just cut your earnings in half. And they said it was because there was false traffic being sent to my YouTube channel, which traffic on the internet just means like the number of people arriving and clicking into your videos. And they were saying that a bunch of that was fake. But part of my strategy was with this channel was to do absolutely 100% zero of driving anybody from anywhere to this channel. All I did, 100% strategic and 100% disciplined, made no error about it. All I did was upload the video to YouTube, and that's it. I did absolutely nothing else. I just let the YouTube algorithm do whatever it wanted with my videos, and it was booming my channel and my videos pretty well until that incident, and then my earnings got cut in half, and that video slowed, and things just started to get a little slower. And then also during that time, DoorDash came out with a new program. They called that the High Pay Priority Program, which basically all that really translated to was you can't really decline anymore. If you decline, we're going to punish you. And so you can't decline. You got to take all the really crappy ones if you want to get the best ones. You could still make money, but you just weren't able to cherry pick like you used to. And then also now I'm not able to do it on the same e-bike. Yeah, there's other e-bikes you can use, but that one's so fun. I love that bike. Car started to be the option, and yeah, you can still totally do it in a car, but it's just more annoying at this point. I was on an e-bike with no costs. My videos were doing well, able to decline and cherry pick as much as I wanted, and then that went to, okay, now I'm in a car, I've got all these costs, YouTube just cut my earnings in half, and DoorDash just dropped this stupid program where it's not really letting you decline anymore without punishing you for having declined those offers. And then now more recently, they're switching a bunch of cities into this new platinum gold level program, and that's even worse as far as that goes. It's more limiting and more restricting, and you have less ability. I mean, they took away Dash Now, which was like the main best thing about DoorDash, was you could do it whenever you want. And then I leave my home Dash city in Southern California. I go to a city, Fresno, in Central California, and right when I get there, they opened up this new Platinum Gold program in Fresno, and that completely annihilated me. That was awful. Because I was not signed up and dashing in Fresno, I missed an email that DoorDash sent out to all the Fresno Dashers saying, hey, we're switching to this program. You need to schedule all your slots because once we switch to this program, Dash Now is not going to be available anymore. I missed that. So I get to this new area. I'm thinking, yeah, cool, I'm going to be able to dash here. Dash Now is gone. Super frustrating. But I learned that if I force close the app a few times and keep reopening it, the Dash Now schedule button would glitch. And so it would actually switch to Dash Now, and I could click Dash Now, but then it says I can only dash for a 30-minute time slot, and then my dash ends, and then I can do the same thing again, force close the app a few times, open it up, oh look, now the Dash Now button's there, but it only gives me a half-hour time slot. So I did that for several, I don't know, like a week or whatever, just super annoying, but it was working. And then they finally fixed that. I just kept trying to force close and reopen the app, and the button didn't switch to Dash Now, so that was finally gone. And then I was like, well, maybe if I leave this area so I can switch my location in DoorDash to a different zone, I wonder if it'll have like glitched or tweaked the app in a way where I'm actually able to dash again. That did work for like a day. No, that worked for the first dash. So I came back to Fresno area, and I was like, oh yeah, now it did. It let me get the Dash Now button back. So I did a dash, and then after I ended that dash and went to start another one, then it was just right back to you're not allowed to dash anymore. And then from there, basically not allowed to dash. They say you can go in and schedule time slots, but when you go in and look at any time of the day, even when they say this is the time when the time slots open up, there's just nothing there. And also part of that is to be in the platinum level, the highest level, you have to have 150 deliveries in the last 30 days. But if you can't schedule any time slots and the days are ticking by, I was at like 130 deliveries, but then quickly as the days go by, well, now I'm at 0 in the last 30 days because I haven't been able to dash. So that was terrible. But then I go back down to my home dash city in Southern California, and boom, everything's normal as far as I can dash now and get offers and make money, but it's still not as good as it was before on an e-bike and being able to decline everything. And then I get a stacked order, and I go to drop off the first one, and the customer, it's an apartment complex, and the customer didn't put the building number. They put the leasing office as the address and then their apartment number, but there's a bunch of different buildings in there, so it's like I don't know which apartment yours is because you didn't put the building number. And so I was trying to contact them, trying to figure it out. They weren't responding, so I went to complete the other offer, which typically is fine. DoorDash says that you're allowed to switch those up, but what I've learned is that if you're way too late getting back to that original one, then it's possible that they hit you with a contract violation for the order arriving too late. And so I think that's what I got hit for. And I've had that happen, I've gotten that contract violation, 2 or 3 times previously. And this time, I guess they took that as, we're going to deactivate you. And so I got, I'll pop it up on the screen. I got an email. This is interesting. That happened at night. And so the next morning I go out and dash. Dash went great. And then I go out that evening to dash. And it was a little bit slow. It took a second for me to get an offer, but then it sent me a great offer. I was like, oh, cool, just finding me a really good one or whatever. The second I hit accept on that offer, I see a little banner drop from the top of my screen, a Gmail notification, but saying that it's from DoorDash. And you know how it gives you the little subject line preview? I see just your DoorDash account deactivated. And I was like, what the heck? And so I click in the email. It's like, sure enough. And I was like, wait, is that real? Because it just let me accept an offer. I go back to the DoorDash app. There's no, I'm logged out. And I was like, dang, so that's real. And my first thought was, well, that definitely sucked, but I knew that was coming, and I'm cool with that, because especially once the e-bike stuff happened and the declining stuff changed, then I was like, well, now I know my time is definitely limited as far as door dashing goes. It was fun while it lasted. It worked for a really good second, but probably time to move on now. And so I did. I started to move on. But they do allow you to do an appeal. So I sent in an appeal. So I waited, I think they say 7 business days. And I waited 14 business days. And I was like, if I haven't heard anything by then, maybe I'll send in another appeal, maybe to try and speed things up, maybe to have a second chance. Even though they say don't send in another one, I was thinking, oh, maybe I will. And so I did. And that when I sent that one through, I got an email notification saying, hey, we received your appeal, which I didn't get the first time. So maybe that first time the appeal didn't even go through. I think the next day or 2 days later, it's fairly quick, I get a notification saying, hey, we messed up, we were wrong, here is your account back, you've been reactivated. So we're activated again, but DoorDash has just become finicky, and frankly, just the Dash Now not being 100% available is the main thing, because the money's never been great. It's been fine. I mean, if you can go hard at it for a lot of hours, you can get some shekels, but not being able to do it whenever you want, dude, that was the biggest perk for sure. And now that you guys are messing with that, let's move on. So like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I'm going to try and start to share some other avenues for making money online. And it's not going to be some top G guru Lamborghini crypto NFT. I'm just going to give you some real stuff. I promise it's worked. It's worked for me for years now. I have other friends that do it. It works very well for them. Some of them less money, some of them much more money. Like, the stuff I'm going to share really is just, it's just up to you what you want to do with it, how far you want to go, how much money you want to make. There's kind of two categories of videos that I'm going to try and focus on moving forward. The first category is, I'm still the best dasher alive. I still got the dankest DoorDash tips on YouTube, so we're still going to drop some super dank DoorDash tips videos moving forward. And one of those is going to be how to get reactivated, because I've learned a little bit about that. The second category of videos is what I just got done explaining. Specifically, look for a video called How to 10x Your DoorDash Earnings.